Hi. So I decided to make another video for you guys. Hold on. I need to put this in a place where it's not going to fall out, and I just need to get a better mic. I'm making this video because I recently got a comment from a fellow Leo rising on one of the Leo rising videos with Pluto going through the seventh, and I just wanted to talk about a certain subject that I I feel I feel the emotion in the message. And Melissa, this is for you. I saw your comment. Um, right now, for us Leo risings, it has been a lot of turmoil within our lives. What's interesting is it feels as though everything is happening inside of us. Some it's both inside and out, yes, depending on the charts, right? But a lot of this stuff that's been coming up for us has been darkness within. We also just had Mars going through our 12th house. I'm speaking to all Leo risings here, so this is going to be mainly for all my Leo rising friends. You are more than welcome to watch, even if you have, we all have Leo somewhere, but we've had Mars in our 12th house, and it is starting to come out, right? But during the last 6 months, 7 months, there has been a lot of trauma and pain coming up within our subconscious. I don't know if you guys been feeling like you have been almost suppressed. I would describe the feeling that I've gone through, that I've been going through, I'm still somewhat going through now, is like there is a weight that is like inside on your heart. Like your heart is chained and it's being held down by weights because you feel so much, but you can't say anything and you don't know how to let it out. So you keep it all inside. Right before Mars went into its, retrograde and back and forth, whatever crap that it did, which was horrible for the last 6 months in our 12th. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we would lash out possibly. You felt like you kind of lost your emotions in a way. You were triggered easily and it would show. And then afterwards, you would feel shame. You would feel upset with yourself because you kind of let your emotions get the best of you. But I think the last 6 months have taught us, with Mars in our 12th, to look within ourselves and to try and find where those pains, those triggers are coming from. Because it really does bring us to a point of reflection. Why am I feeling this way? What is the root of this? How come I have allowed outer things to affect me in such ways? Mars going through our 12th for so long was really prepping us for this Pluto transit. It is the beginning part of our Pluto transit through the 7th house of relationships, because we're going to need to be prepared and strong within ourselves inwardly for the cycle that's going to mainly involve others but the shadows of others being shown to us for the next 2 decades. I don't want to freak anyone out, but I mean, that's kind of the theme, right? When you have Pluto going through the 7th, that's partners outside of you. So what happens when Pluto is influencing the other outside of you? You're going to see the possessiveness. You're going to see the controllingness. You're going to see all the attributes of Pluto being embodied, or the shadow parts of your partners, of the people that you are in relation to, coming out. And we will need to make sure that we do not allow it to take us down or to dismantle us in a way. At the same time, it is giving us a major ego check as well, because Pluto's in Aquarius. Aquarius is the opposite of Leo. And so it's almost like this war between the sun and Pluto. But see, Pluto has Saturn and Uranus, because Aquarius rules both Saturn and Uranus. This is not to feel fear. This is not to make you feel scared. What it really is trying to do is showing us that we are the sun. No matter what, you are the sun. And you can outshine that. Don't let the darkness take you out. But it does also, because Leo is the sun, it is literally the sun shining the light on the darkness in others. So that's what we're basically going to be going through. We're going to be shining the light of others' darkness, and at the same time, shining a light on our own darkness. Because it's asking us to bring those to the surface so that we can work through those emotions, work through those traumas, work through those pains that we feel is related to how we perceive relationships in life. Hold on. So as I was saying, this period of time right now, we've been prepping for this next long cycle of having to learn to transmute any darkness that we may encounter within our relationships to others. There's going to be a lot of transformative experiences that we will go through when it comes to partnerships, good and bad, right? Not just bad. This is where you get to the most intimate parts of yourself. And the reason why I say it is an intimate part is because Scorpio rules the 8th house, right? That is where Scorpio lives. And the 8th house is about intimacy. Oh, and then not to mention, like, Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. That's what I meant to connect the dots there. So it makes sense. So Scorpio is all about intimacy, deep intimacy, merging. So wherever Pluto goes, Pluto is going to give you an experience of death and rebirth. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but I forgot what language it is, or it's like when you have sex, it's also called the little death, right? They say when you have an orgasm, it's like the little death. Well, that's very 8th house. That's Scorpio right there. And it's like having a little death, but you're getting into the very intimate parts of you, the softest parts of you, the hardest to reach areas within you is going to be touched. And it's scary because you have to just trust that things are going to work out for the best. And they will. They will. We all have our own paths. But the most important thing is for us to prepare ourselves for all the experiences that we're going to be going through. You can never be prepared for anything. No one can fully prepare for anything. It's just like saying, I'm just like trying to say you're going to be prepared for a baby. You don't want to have a baby until you're never going to be prepared. Okay. You're never going to be prepared. I don't care how, OCD perfectionist you are. I mean, they might handle it better, but as far as like, no, life change wise, that's kind of how it is. It's like you're birthing something new. It's a new experience. But I just wanted to make sure to kind of go over the next coming things that we have, right? The best thing for us Leo risings right now is to keep our ego in check, to do our best to have awareness of our own shadows, the things that we might unconsciously project. Like we're not meaning to, okay? It's never coming from a place of malice. The thing that sucks about, you know, being a Leo rising, it's like people misunderstand you a lot. People think that people tend to think that we are conceited. They think that we are all into ourselves and that we are superficial and all that kind of stuff, which is really sad because they could not be more wrong. Leo risings, we might seem like that, but we want to bring happiness to others' lives. We want to spread joy. We want to make people feel good about themselves. Even when we're not feeling good, we will put on a smile just to make other people feel happy. Even if we feel depressed and feel like shit and don't feel good about ourselves, we will sacrifice that, put a smile on just to make sure other people feel happy. But yeah, maybe we do care about the way we look. Does that mean we're conceited? No, we just like to make sure we take care of ourselves and that we look nice. Who doesn't want to look nice? Okay? I don't want to look like a friggin' garbage can going somewhere. I want to smell nice. I want to look nice. I want things to look good. But it's not conceited, right? It's not like that's just what I notice. And then I feel that way sometimes too, like how others might perceive me. But anyways, who gives a shit? We are in this phase of Pluto in our 7th house. That means we shouldn't be giving a shit anymore. So I don't know even why I'm bringing it up. This is the period of time where we shouldn't give 2 F's about it. So going back to what I was saying. Or of course, and that could be my trauma speaking. So just keep that in mind as well. Okay. My insecurities like to talk sometimes. But that too, those insecurities, just like what I expressed just now, is coming from a place of me that is from childhood trauma, that is from a broken family. That insecurity that you just saw happening comes from a traumatic experience in my life that had the effects of not being able to transmute properly. And so I made it a part of myself. Like, this is me. This is what I'm supposed to be, when I'm really not that. Oh, I don't deserve this because I was taught from childhood, I don't deserve this. Or I'm always used to not getting things. Or I'm always used to things falling apart. This is also Pluto, right? Pluto in the 7th. Not drawing those things to you, recognizing that you are not responsible for other people's happiness all the time. And don't let them manipulate you to think that you are there to serve them. Don't make them think that you can be controlled. Trust me, you will encounter people that are going to try to control you. You will. You'll just have to learn and make sure that you know who you are. Heal the wounds. That's what I was saying in that video, the Pluto going through the 7th. Heal the wounds. And you're going to be working on this all your life. I'm working on it all my life. I'm constantly trying to grapple with it. It's a never ending journey, but that's just how life is. I mean, I think that's what we need to come to grips with and understand, that the healing journey doesn't just, oh, I'm healed. No, it doesn't work like that. It's literally lifelong. And that's okay though, because honestly, it makes it a little better that way. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, everyone else is healed but me. No, that's a big fat lie. Even the most like, who's the top guru right now? I can't think of who the most like spiritual top guru person would be. You guys know what I'm saying, okay? Even they are constantly on a healing journey. It never ending. We're human beings. That's how it goes. But the next transit coming up, that's going to be beneficial for us, I believe. And again, it really depends, but I think that it would be beneficial for Leo risings is when Jupiter goes into Cancer. And the reason why I say that is because Jupiter in Cancer is exalted. Jupiter is the lucky planet. Jupiter is like the loving big daddy, right? Not the harsh, cold big daddy, which is Saturn. He's the loving, cozy, cuddly, big bear daddy. That's how he is. And he wants to help us. He wants to give us love. He wants to help us heal the parts in our subconscious mind, which is the 12th house. And we have Cancer in our 12th house. He wants to help heal our daddy issues, our mommy issues, our traumatic experiences, our dreams. And actually, a lot of the healing is done through the dreams since it's in the 12th. Not just the dreams, though, but think of it this way. The 12th house also represents long distance. So what does that mean? Maybe it would be a wonderful time to travel, get out of your cage. Lions were never meant to be put in a cage, okay? They're meant to be free. They're meant to be free and basking in the sun with their big lion mane, with their hair, all of that. But I think that Jupiter going through the 12th is going to be very healing for us. And I'll look into some more stuff in regards to transits for the next big things coming up. I think we just had the new moon in Taurus. That was actually quite beneficial for us. Even though we had the opposition, we still have the energy of the opposition between Pluto and Mars right now. So we are still dealing with that. What that could mean is it's like we're having this battle actually coming to the forefront of power struggles between ourselves and others right now. We're trying to find a balance between our individuality and other people. Topics of who we want to surround ourselves with. Or in love, it's like, who do we want to be with, right? Or in family, it's like, who can we trust? Who is just like using me because I'm family, and who is those types of things. Anywhere, anything within like partnerships, mainly though 7th house. I guess it's not so much family, but it's like, it's just relations to others. So those kind of topics. I'm sorry if you can hear my son. He's taking a shower right now and he's singing in the bathroom. So the bathroom is just like right there. But anyway, yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. I think I'm going to end it there though. And I'll make some more videos about this to help all my fellow Leo rising. Peace out.